Hi, my name is Lauren and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are exciting times that we're in. Traditional TV is but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is on the Roku platform. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It has a viewership of 53 million and counting. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and showcasing your movie or show, or interested in coming in as a sponsor or advertiser, please send us your contact information with a brief description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm a global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party. All right, see y'all later. Bye.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox. You're watching TV 1061, your global network.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
You are tuned in to Talk.
Hey. Welcome back to another edition of Talk Show Kings. And I want to say right now, I'd like to thank the producer of the show, Mr. Felix Washington, and the people of Douglasville and the folks around the globe. Welcome back to another edition of Talk Show Kings. We have two interesting topics today. You know, how do you feel about Juneteenth and what it means to you? And not to mention the second topic, do you think the world is coming to an end? Well, I tell you what, today we're going to get it popping. But first, I am King Ralph, and to my left is...
I'm King Darwin, and to my left,
King Eric.
And together we are the
Talk Show Kings.
Bam! Let's get going. All right. Man, I tell you. Oh, man. Anyway, y'all probably noticing my sweater right now, right? Hey, come on, give it up, guys.
Look like you wearing a Boys to Men Motown Philly sweater.
Oh, somebody throwing shade. Y'all hear? Hey, I want y'all to know right now, this is my alumni sweater. And I'll be remiss if I do not say the producer of this sweater. I got to put it on there because I said I was going to give a shout out to them today. I want to first thank, a shout out to the class of 82 for putting on this 60th birthday bash. And I want to thank Mr. Artist Thomas. And the guy who put this thing together, this sweater. If you need to get in touch, please leave your name at the station. You got the number. And it's out of New Orleans, Louisiana. And I'd like to thank the committee for designing the sweater and Mary Hooks for the meet and greet and this wonderful, I ain't trying to undress y'all, but I got to show you out this shirt now. She produced it. Don't be hating. Don't be hating. Bam! Come on now. Give it up. Give it up. Oh, I got another button. Excuse me. You know how it is you trying to undress, ladies. Bam! Come on, fellas. What y'all think? Come on now.
It's nice. It's
nice.
nice. It's nice.
Nice.
It's nice. Representing your town.
I heard that. And and before I also start, I want to thank somebody. I'd like to thank a good friend of mine. I went to a marriage retreat yesterday, and I got to read this out because this is pretty interesting. I want to thank her. And as soon as I find it, and it always that way when you're trying to find something, right, fellas? You say, wait a minute, what was I? Anyway, I'd like to thank Mrs. Linder and Mr. Gary Williams. For the past 10 years, they coordinated a couples marriage retreat. On yesterday, my wife and I, we were invited at the mid-year marriage couples gathering. I want to thank you, Mary. We had a wonderful time. Excuse me. I wasn't drinking, I promise. that was Kool-Aid. Now let's get with the show right now. Bam. Oh, I got to say this. Miss Audrey Holmes and Miss Valerie Brown. They're my personal sisters. I love you. And I did you wrong, and I'm going to be right. We're going to get right with you. I love you guys. Now we on with the show. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
We
All
ready.
right. Juneteenth. What does it mean to you? First, I got to say what it meant to me. The year 1863, they claimed they freed black slaves. But then it turned around as 1865. In 100 years, I was born, 1963. And you think we are free. But are we free today? Really? I'm looking in this camera, and what really upsets me is that I didn't see a lot of people in participant for the 19th. Sure, they had fireworks and everything, but come on, let's keep it real. Are we really all Americans? Are we sometime Americans till a war break out, and then we kumbaya, my Lord, we all together? You know, my theory was, I always said this: when a black man disrespects the flag, in other words, a white man, he can burn the flag. They call him courageous. But a black man burn the flag, oh, he's disrespecting. So come on, what is it? When are we all going to truly come together and say we're Americans? I'm tired of hearing about Republicans, Democrats, in the middle. Let's face it, America, we are not together. When are we going to stand together as one? So what do you think, my brothers?
You want to go?
Sure. Great. So Juneteenth for me is important. I feel like all black people need to celebrate Juneteenth because it's part of our heritage.
Okay.
It's part of our culture. Actually, that day I was actually at a Juneteenth boot camp down in Atlantic Station.
Oh, okay.
So, and I didn't see a lot of black folks there.
Really?
And they were there, but they wasn't there participating in the Juneteenth activities.
Oh.
They were just walking around, and that's fine if that's what you gonna do. But it's what I don't understand is we can go celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
That's not nothing to do with our independence. We can celebrate July 4th. July 4th getting ready to coming up, in 2 weeks? And I guarantee you.
Independence Day?
Right.
Yes.
I guarantee you everybody's going to be at the grocery stores buying ribs.
Okay.
And chicken and hot dogs to celebrate that. But it's not as much limelight or fanfare for the Juneteenth as it is for the other holidays. True, those holidays been around longer than Juneteenth, but we still need to celebrate that as well.
No, I agree. You know what? You just said something important because it's like Columbus Day. come on. They say he discovered America. And all three of us on this panel know good and well, we know who really discovered America. Somebody over there. Yeah, he was going this direction, okay? I'm so tired of hearing this. Listen, people, not just black people, all race. If it wasn't for black people or what we're sacrificing, hey, white women even wouldn't have rights. You know, Hispanics wouldn't have rights. When are they going to give it up? We shed our bloods. What you think about it, King D?
Well, I think like I'll piggyback off King Eric and what he was saying as far as Juneteenth being, you know, a national holiday. Finally, we having something to celebrate, you know, and a lot of people really don't celebrate, you know, like they would celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, you know, and all those other holidays. But what I will say, and I'll go back in a little history on Juneteenth, okay, guys? Juneteenth was really created, what is it, about 2.5 years later after the proclamation of independence, after they wrote in the 13th Amendment to free the slaves. Because what happened was, it was slavery still going on in Texas.
That's right.
And so what they did was, it was a couple people had traveled there and they seen that they was like still enslaved, right? So they like, what the heck? We was free 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and you guys still practicing slavery. So, and it was June. It was in June 19th is when they actually touched down in Texas and they seen that people were still enslaved.
Yes.
And so that's what started the Juneteenth movement. You know, after they found out that in Texas they were still enslaving people 2.5 years after we were so-called became free.
That's right.
All right. And so with that being said, it was a doctor, Dr. Malena Karinga. He invented the Nguza Saba. Okay, the Nguza Saba is just a Swahili word, which means the 7 principles.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To unite, to, you know, have unity, to bring forth unity amongst our people, right?
Yes.
And so with that being said, I wanted to go into the 7 principles that we actually need to start practicing, not just in Juneteenth and not just in Kwanzaa, but all year round, because those are the tools that we actually need to start practicing to learn how to, you know, work together.
Exactly.
You know?
Not just saying it.
Right, exactly. So
but I got to say this much before we finish. Hey, the phones are open up right now. Please, anybody got a comment, call in right now, because I'm sure you got a lot to say. But please, we're going to keep the calls short. So please continue, my brother. He's right.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to just go ahead with these 7 principles that I feel is very powerful. A lot of tools that we definitely need to, you know, pick back up and try to use as a people. You know, the first one is unity, of course, right?
It definitely.
Efforts that seek to maintain unity, whether in the family, the community, or the nation. Okay? Then the second principle, Kuji Chakalia, which means self-determination.
Okay.
Defining and speaking for ourselves rather than being defined by or spoken for by others.
Okay.
The number 3 principle, Ujima, which means collective work and responsibility. Working collectively, build up the community and solve problems. Number 4, the principle is Ujima, which means cooperative economics, especially supporting our businesses and entrepreneurial efforts so that our communities can thrive to become our own. And the 5th principle is Nia, is purpose, grounding our work and collective efforts in the purpose of restoring our traditional greatness. And number 6 is Kuumba, which means creativity.
Come on now. Generating
beauty through creative and artistic endeavors that establishes mutual benefits to the community. And the number 7, the final one, is Imani, which means faith. Okay, having faith in the community, power to be resilient even during the struggle for justice. So those are the 7 principles that I felt that's powerful and that Juneteenth kind of has represented, but we're not representing.
Sound like the 7 pillars, man. That's deep.
Yeah.
You know, I love when you're saying that, and I want everybody to understand something. You're looking at 3 black men. It's not that we don't know what you're going through, because we either going through it or went through it. And nobody perfect up here. There's only been one. And I say to you right now, I am so proud to be a black man. I love my black wife. And I love my black children, grandchildren, and grandchildren, great-grandchildren also. And I want you to understand something. We're not just talking, just blowing hot air. The worst thing they say that is you could have done is give a black man a mic. Believe me, I might not sing, but I'm going to rap about it.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, it's definitely, you know, it's definitely more that we need to do to try to support and bring on these, you know, our national holidays. You know, we've been, you know, in this Western culture for so long, and we really fell victim to it. I mean, I know a lot of people still practice their, you know, European holidays, but in actuality, the only way, because I'm big on culture.
Come on now.
And the best thing that we need to do to start actually practicing culture is creating our own holidays,
all right,
our own traditions, and you know what I'm saying, and our own rituals, because that's what brings about culture, you know. And because when you in this situation and you living amongst this American culture, you see where it has gotten us, right?
Exactly.
Where has this American culture gotten us? It hasn't gotten us any further than where we were coming out of slavery. If you look at the economy, the black man's economy, what was we 0.5%? Half of 1 cent of the economic growth in this country. And if you look at us today, we still half of 1 cent of this economic, you know what I'm saying, establishment to this day.
And it's funny that you said that, because you take the first pillar, I'm gonna call them pillars.
I like
you take
it.
that
7
first
pillars.
pillar, unity.
Yes.
It goes deeper than just Juneteenth. We can't even shop with each other outside of Juneteenth, because we feel like, oh, the black man charged too much. But you'll go spend $200-300 on some Jordans, even though they're Jordans, but guess who get the money as well?
Exactly.
Nike.
Come on with
Phil
it.
Knight. So we complain, and I say we meaning our color, complain about prices of, and trust me, I complain every time I go to Walmart and prices go and all these groceries are going up. But we complain about shopping with black people because they feel like, okay, they're too high. Okay, but we have to keep our money with us. Shop black. Then once you learn how to shop black, that comes the unity. Or if it's not the fact of, oh, we don't want to, if it's not that excuse that it's too high, oh, black people got attitudes, okay?
Exactly.
Yes.
White people got attitudes too.
Exactly.
But you still go back.
That's right.
So what's the difference?
Yes, we definitely need to practice.
Well, let's get serious. I mean, let's talk about the producer of this show, Mr. Felix Washington. He does numerous charity acts. Come on now. This place right here, TV 1061, Talk Show Kings, you got the title, but we got a guy here. He put all this stuff together. He should be recognized in this community. They should be screaming and try to come here. I mean, hey, and once again, the phone lines are open if you want to call in and talk about your resemblance, how you feel about that Juneteenth to you. Don't be shy, because I know your numbers.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And like King Eric was saying, you know, that circulation of the dollar.
That's right.
You know, the Chinese, the dollar circulates 7 times before
right.
that dollar leave their community.
7 back to 7,
you know,
exactly.
Jews, same thing, you know. But in our community, as soon as we get that dollar, guess where we running? To the malls, to the other stores that they got for us to spend our money, the beauty stores.
Going straight to Lennox.
Lennox.
Yeah, but it's amazing you say 7. In the Bible, 7 mean completion.
Yes.
8 mean beginning. And so beginnings start right here. That's why today we now ask you to call in, hit that receiver, that thumbs up button for this show right now, because we're coming at you right now. So if you're in support of what we're saying, people in any race, hey, call in, and please don't forget to hit that button that you like what you're hearing. So, hey, all I can say to you right now, and I keep hitting my mic. I know my producer's killing me. Stop hitting my mic. I'm so sorry. I get excited. I get passionate about it because these guys done their homework and they come in here to tell you something. It ain't just reading. We got to stop talking about being together and show it. I'm tired of we need to come together. Then every time you turn around, they showing black on black killing. But you ever notice you don't hear about a lot of white on white, in which is more whites get killed, but they don't put it on the air. They don't air. They're only showing us. And then they come to our neighborhoods. Who are they getting? The worst looking people. You know what I mean? Come on, really. And I got to say something also. I had a family reunion. And to me, that's like a June 19. It was about a couple of weeks ago. We've been talking about a reunion. And before me, like 100 years in my family, we finally had one. I'm going to tell you something. You know what's good about it? Everybody I seen, I didn't care who they was, I was hugging them. And my cousin, my second cousin, saying, these are my sons and daughters. I didn't even know them. They didn't know me. But, man, I felt good because we going so fast. I may not see them again. And every black folk know every reunion. What's the first song we play? Family.
We are
Reunion.
family. Our family reunion.
The family reunion.
The family reunion. You know, I was, I'm holding the mic. I was talking some smack. We come together. Everybody was like, whoa, this sounds serious. And then I got to see some of my fallen relatives recently. And I actually had these glasses on. People didn't even know I was crying. It's like, oh, my God, that's my uncle, my aunt, you know, all those folks, because they're gone. And then we up next. We got to be the leaders. And that's what Juneteenth means to me, man. So like I was saying, so I know somebody got something to say out there. So like I said, call in. If not, just stay silent and we just going to have another Juneteenth going to go by, right?
Yeah, well, and if you guys are out moving around, I think Piedmont Park got they had a festival all weekend.
Oh, really?
Going on down there at Piedmont Park. A lot of vendors and that's out supporting the Juneteenth movement. So if anybody is out and
Are they
about,
still doing it right now?
they're still doing it right now. This is the last day. So if anybody is out moving
that's
around,
cool. That's
stop
good
by and
information.
support Juneteenth, Piedmont Park.
You know,
We definitely got to do better. And unity is the first one, and I think is the biggest one, is learning how to unite. You know, because we are so segregated amongst ourselves, it's saddening. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, where did this come from? You know what I mean? Because before, I mean, I can understand a little bit because when my parents grew up, what they had the Black Panthers movement. They had a lot of other, cultural movements going on, and now we don't really see a lot of that.
No.
You know, so that's kind of like detaches us from community. And so when we were growing up, we had community things going on to where as though you met kids from other sides of town. Well, our kids aren't doing that anymore. All they know is the kids that's in their community, you know, and if they see somebody from another community, you know, it's like an enemy to them.
Yes.
You know, and so that's why it's so quick for our youth and for even our adults to gun each other down because, you know, we don't have any connection. And so until we build that connection, you know, like other cultures that took our culture, right? Like the Jewish culture, right? You don't see a bunch of Jews just out killing each other, killing Jews, right?
Naturally.
You don't see a bunch of, Frenchmen just killing each other. You know, you don't see that.
And you fighting over a hood that they own.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you guys one thing too. It was a study done, right? And what they did was they put 100 Jewish people in the room. They put 100 Mexican people in the room. They put 100 Arabs in a room. And they put 100 of us in a room, right? And they went around the room and they asked each individual, they said, what are you, right? So in that Jewish room, they went around the room and asked all 100 men, what are you? And guess how many answered the same? All 100 of them said they're Jewish. They went around the Mexican room. What are you? They all said, we're Mexican. I'm Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
The Arabs room. They went around the Arab room and they said, what are you? He said, I'm Arab. All of them. But they got it to our room.
Yes.
And they went around the room and they said, and asked each one of us and said, what are you?
Black, African American, African.
What are you?
Yeah, black.
What am I? You see what I'm saying? We just got 3 different answers right now.
Yes.
You see
Black
what I'm
African
saying? So
American.
that's the disconnect.
Yes.
And until we can call ourselves the same, then we'll never have the same respect and love
Great
and unity for
analyzing.
each other, because we don't see each other as brothers and sisters out here.
That's
We
right.
see each other as you're not a part of me. But in actuality, we all are a part of each other. And until we learn that and start practicing that, then that's when we'll start growing as a people and not as an individual.
Yes. And,
So-
you know, that's deep what you said. I like the analogy, what you're talking about. It's just like saying you're a Republican or Democrat or the middle. It's like, really? Guys, I am getting so sick. And, you know, whether you want to face it or not, we keep getting the end of the stick. I don't care who you vote for. I'm so tired now. We get the end of the stick. We get the leftovers. You know, I see black people doing businesses that been around for be 100 years, and they just letting us in the door now, and we think we doing something, but we can't even knock on our brother. Hey man, you want to get in on this? No, don't worry about them. We doing our own thing. We got that uppity family. Really? If we can just, like my grandparents always told me, I was born in Mississippi. They said the only time you should be bending down is helping somebody up, and that's a fact, you know. And if I forget, a shout out to my family reunion family and the people didn't make it. I love you all, so still the same. So man, so what about you? How you feel about it, E?
Look, I agree that we need to, again, come together. We're so divided in our community to where it's hard to even watch. It's hard to even watch. I mean, like you say, every time we look on the news, it's always something, black on black crime somewhere. If we don't, we talk about our second topic.
Yes.
If we don't come together, the black lives will be come to an
Disposed,
end.
eliminated.
So you won't even have to. The end of days is not even going to be worried about with us, because we're just going to kill ourselves off. And brotherly love is what we all need to be teaching, not just our kids or our family, but everybody.
Everybody. But where does it start? In the what?
It starts in the home.
And I bing ding dong, because my daughter called me. Her and her boyfriend, I was on the freeway. They asked me a question. They said, Dad, tell the significant other, and she said, why you had us saying no sir and yes sir? And I said, because, you know, our family or tradition in black history, we came from a long journey of respect, even though it was never respected. When you tell somebody yes sir and no sir, that's showing respect, saying, honoring them, respecting them. Yes ma'am. And that's how I was raised. Yes ma'am. Then other kids say, why y'all tell y'all dad yes sir and no ma'am and all that, your mom and all that? It's because we respect them. Because you got kids today, you tell them to do something. Did you hear me? I heard you. Where'd that come from? I mean, every civilized black
You hear
folk
that
know
pot?
that the hand used to come out.
You hear
Ain't
that
no
pot that's
way.
getting ready to come past your head.
No, I mean, we really got hit.
Right.
It wasn't no
What you talking
911.
about?
We were looking for 411. You could tell somebody. I'm telling you, because that's what I was. Come on, kids.
Yeah, the level of respect is definitely went down from our youth to how we grew up.
Yes, right.
You know, and to how our youth is now, as far as the respect aspect. You know, I mean, because these kids nowadays, they feel they know everything that we know. They got this
That's right.
phone. They got TV. You know, before, you know, we didn't have access to everything our
That's
parents
right.
had access to. So we couldn't wait to be grown, right?
Yeah, couldn't wait.
Couldn't wait to be grown.
Now
so I
we
can
like-
have access to everything my
And then
parents
when
had.
you-
But now these kids, they have access to everything that we have. They have this phone. It's the only thing we got.
Take that from them.
Take that from
They
them.
lose their mind.
And they'll lose their mind because they think that they're just as smart as us now.
Yes.
You know, they're privy to all the information we privy to. So that's why, you know, their attitudes and their, you know, and especially, of course, because you got young adults raising kids as well that hasn't been taught properly as well. So you're going to have that.
What you think,
But
E?
see, this is where I get my son. Yeah, he has that phone, and he think he know everything. Well, those grades need to reflect it.
Ooh,
Since
that's
you
right.
know everything.
That's right.
See, they have more tools than we had when we was in
Ever
school.
had.
Absolutely.
So that means your grades should be looking way better than mine.
Exactly.
Right. better be.
No, you're right. In elementary, we had torn textbooks. We didn't have all the pages.
Yes.
And I remember in elementary, I remember that.
They don't even have books anymore.
That's right.
Yes, they working off a computer.
That's right. You're right. That's
They don't
deep.
send kids.
I don't think nobody
Ain't that
write the
crazy?
alphabets anymore. You
Cursive.
know, the little
They
cursive
don't,
book.
they don't teach cursive
They
anymore.
don't teach cursive.
in elementary.
Nope.
Man, and they be on that computer. They can do everything. When you ask them to do something, hey, go wash your dishes. It ain't my time. Come here.
But it's definitely on our, because it's our generation, right?
Yes.
Right.
We the elders now. So now it's on us to really put a step forward and actually try to bring this thing together, because if we're trying to depend on our younger generation to try to pull this thing together, I don't see it working.
Yes.
You know, but we still got the information. We still have, the tools to do it. It's just finding the right like-minded individuals that want to start the movement, to want to start that process. Because
Exactly.
it's not going to happen until we do it. Nobody's going to come and help us with our situation.
That's right.
Nobody. I don't
That's
care what
right.
people say, ain't nobody coming to help us until we help ourselves.
And you're right. Nobody come to help us. But you said something deep. Everybody celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas. But I've been called a Scrooge because I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in Thanksgiving. I don't even believe in Mother's Day, Father's Day. I told people. And they say, well, why not? Because I think I should represent my father every day and my mother. I shouldn't have the government telling me it's time to go get some flowers, buy some chocolate for your mom or whatever. Respect is respect earned. I'm here today. We all breathing here today because of our parents. They whipped us when we want to get whipped. And we all try to be sneaky and get around things. We get caught. But it helped me to be a better person in life. I make a lot of mistakes. But I know when I make the mistake, I can stand up there and I earn it. I'll tell it. But when you tell a kid it's okay to tell a little white lie, come on now. Because I had a girl called me. I was married to a woman some years ago. She said, I can't talk about my mom. But she said, she said, I don't care if we lie or whatever, I got your back. That's the wrong thing to tell a kid. Really?
No.
Tell your kid, it's like, go kill somebody. I got your back. He or she not here. You're going
a lot
down
of people
too.
think like that, though.
Huh?
I said that's a lot of people that do think like
Yes.
that, though. It don't matter what that person. I got your back because I'm showing my loyalty to you, and it is a false sense of loyalty, but at
False.
the same time, we saying that I got your back, ride or die, lie or truth,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But at the same time, that is the wrong kind of signal to try
Exactly.
to give your child anyway, because you want them to stand on their word,
Shoot.
stand on truth.
Hey,
Right.
and like I'm saying, I know what y'all waiting on, because after this segment, they'll be calling and talk about, I was going to call. No. The time is now to call. So if you got a question, you want to put your 2 cents. And then again, I come to find out, a lot of people don't like to call in because, well, my boss might be listening. He might hear me talking black stuff. Hey, listen. Look, before we go, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna come with our second topic. So right now, we're back in 2 and 2.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are exciting times that we're in. Traditional TV is but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is on the Roku platform. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It has a viewership of 53 million and counting. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and showcasing your movie or show, or interested in coming in as a sponsor or advertiser, please send us your contact information with a brief description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
Hey, we're back, and I am underdressed. I had to take that sweat off, man. Whew,
He was in here melting.
Beaming on me. They was laughing. You should see the guys. They cheating over there. That's fine, guys, but they my boys. That's all right. Hey, we're on the second topic right now, and this is a very serious, strong topic. Do you feel any exciting? Do you see the world coming to an end? Because I've been not only rumors of wars, what the Bible said, but I've seen it for myself. In New Orleans, going over the Great New Orleans Bridge, my cousin sent it to me. They had almost 100 tankers going over the bridge. Now look, I'm not trying to put fear in your hearts. What war are we going to? Everybody keep talking about war. This gonna happen. If you don't vote this person in, we're gonna fight you. If you vote him in, it's like this and this. It's supposed to be a land for the free, but lately ain't been no freeing. I don't know. Even in Texas, it's been said the same thing. Tankers. So what is this? What is society is saying? And everything you watch on TV, don't believe in. You see gonna happen. What you want to say, Kingy?
Well, I was trying to understand what's going on too, because just last week they reinstated the draft.
Come on now.
So
I heard that. Is it 1826? I think
18 to 26. Yes.
Yes, I heard that.
They just reinstated the draft, so it's like, okay, what's really going on?
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot going on that they're not telling us, you know. It's definitely something going on. Do I know? No, I don't know, but it definitely seems fishy, right? Because I've been seeing a lot of, like you said, tanks and stuff being shipped.
You saw it too?
Oh, yeah, because I'm in transportation, so I see a lot of stuff being moved around that normally hasn't been moved around. But, you know,
Man.
Sometimes people say, you know, we're, what they call them? Theorists. What is they called?
Conspiracy
Yeah, the
theorists.
conspiracy theorists. But, you know, hey.
Conspiracy my butt. I seen it in my own eyes. No, a guy, they got a political guy, no, respected guy. He said, it was talking about Russia, was talking about hitting Paris. And they upset because America's sending guns for the Ukraine. Planes for the Ukraine. They getting peed off. Everybody over here. But you know what I noticed? And listen to me closely. In every country, in every place in the world, they got a lot of decent people. It's just people on top telling you should fight for your country. When you go to those places, they got some really kind people, but they got to do what their government said. Come on now. Putin just recently met that guy from who Trump liked from Korea.
North Korea.
Yeah, they over there hugging each other, ha ha ha, like about to have a sandwich. I'm looking at them. Hey guys, come on. We got to put two and two together. It doesn't take a rocket science, okay? And everybody want to rule. God told me a long time ago, man can't handle power. They get greedy. They want to be like a god. So I'm telling you guys right now, and by the way, call us if you want to call in, get on this topic. If you've seen something in your area, maybe your neighborhood, you might want to call in and say, hey, I'm noticing this. this is about meaning, Harley, this to anybody, the color of your skin. And before to be Americans, like my brother say, everybody's claim they this. We supposed to be reunited. Come on. So what you guys say? Call in. And what you thinking, D? What you thinking about this, man?
Well, as far as with the world ending, I don't think the world will ever end. I don't believe that. I know that there has been, stories about, men and women and people dying here and then regenerating the earth. But the earth is always, the world will always be here. Now, will people perish on here and then maybe be rejuvenated again? It's possible. It's possible. But far as the world ending, this world will always be here. Now, whether people will be here all the time on it.
Well, now you got a point.
And because I've learned and what I've studied is that it's been, like you say, with the flood, right? If you believe in the flood, you believe that, everybody was washed away and then they started over with Noah, right?
Well, what about the random crimes? Just in Arkansas, they had a massive shooting.
Yes.
11 people, I think 3 was killed and a bunch injured. So, but we are killing each other.
That's what we're doing. That's
we might not be here. Maybe a world, but we're not here.
The world will be here. The world ain't going nowhere. But now people, if we fall into this system's trap, like they're trying to trap us to go against one another, then yeah, it could be possibly, it could be the end of mankind. Because they have been putting a lot of money and investments in AI intelligence, all this AI, all these things that, that's doing the job now in place of man.
Yes.
But at the same time, if we smarten up and get our stuff together, then we can stop all of this. It's just about, us getting together and putting everything on the table and letting the whole world know that, guess what, they're trying to pit us against each other, even white and black. You know what I mean? They pitting us against each other, but at the same time, we are putting ourselves against each other.
Exactly.
Black on black. And that's really sickening. But we got to smarten up and know that it's all a plan. When are we gonna wake up and see that it's just a plan that they didn't implement it, and we falling victim to it because we're not opening our eyes and we're not, looking at this thing full circle. We're just looking at it the small part, but you got to understand, when you kill a person that's of your same race and your same origin, you know what I'm saying? You annihilating your people off the face of this earth yourself.
Crime against humanity.
You're annihilating your whole race.
That's right.
If each whatever you want to call them, Jewish or European, and they kill that person, guess what? That's another one of their species off this planet Earth, right?
That's right.
So now you annihilating your own people. You know what I'm saying? Until we wake up, that's what we're gonna continue to do. We're gonna cause ourselves to go extinct. See, their numbers is dropping, but theirs isn't dropping because of reproduction.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? Our numbers aren't dropping because of reproduction.
Hurting each other.
Our numbers is dropping because of this,
hurting each other.
This black on black crime, this, suicide rate is going up through the roof. You know what I mean? We got our youths and our adults killing each other, killing themselves at an alarming rate that's nobody's talking about. So when are we going to smarten up and put this thing and take this thing and put in our own hands and try to, solve this?
Well, what you think, D? I mean, E?
My grandmother used to say, we're living in the last times. And I'm pretty sure we've all heard that saying before.
And my grandmother said that too, and that was 46 years ago, and it's still happening.
Right.
Well, maybe she might meant what he said. Yes. We live in the last time, meaning our lives. The Bible says we're not promised till tomorrow. We got the day. Tomorrow's not promised. You or I.
Well, also the Bible talk about the wars and stuff that happens during those last times.
Okay. Rumors of wars, but we actually see it. We're starting to see things.
Yes.
I mean, so for me, I believe that the earth is going to perish. Now, whether
you think they're going what?
I believe that the earth is going to perish.
Woo.
Now, whether the people come back and start living on Mars or not, that's something totally different. But as far as this earth goes, I believe that it is.
And I'm inclined to agree with you. I'm gonna tell you why. Look how hot, triple digits in some places. Some places I think it was flooding, and then I see some cold not too about a month ago. Man, it's been so hot. I mean, and people are dying, are getting hurt about heat strokes and everything. It's falling off piece by piece. But do you think the weather has something to do with people's mind? People changing. It's like, what's going on? They get attitude.
It's deep, man. It's a lot of stuff going on. I research a lot of things, and they were talking about, this time and age that we're living in.
Yes.
Before we was living in Pisces, that's why you see when they, talk about Jesus, you see it, it's a fish, right? Because it was the time of Pisces. And when Moses, it was the ram, right? So Gemini. So now you're looking at Aquarius. So now
I'm both of Pisces and Aquarius. I ain't got a shot.
So if we're in Aquarius, it's the time of the awakening, right? So everybody is waking up. It's a lot of people that's coming, full circle with really what's going on. People's eyes, the veils is being, snatched away,
Come on
so
now.
This is the time of when the truth will come out. It's just about when will it actually hit everybody at once. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But, the truth is still here. It's about,
but there's still people still dying of COVID right now. And it's not being reported. I've found that out. It's not big. And then if y'all don't realize, do you know around the United States they got places sinking?
Oh yeah.
Well, they got
buildings.
the Antarctic. The Antarctic is melting, and they're finding stuff every day.
Exactly.
Because of the heat.
That's right.
But if you research, the Earth, and if you go back 25, 30,000, years, it shows that the Earth has its time to heat up. It's only doing what it's always done.
Yeah,
it's not doing anything
back in the
different.
animals.
Yes, it always heated up, and then it always cooled itself back down. Everything goes in a circle.
No, but you got a point, because in San Francisco and the Bay Area, they said it's supposed to be an earthquake, and they've been predicting that for the last 40 years, 50 years. It's going to divide it.
So it's going to crack the.
Yeah, it's going to open up because they got earthquake. Now, what's around the whole world?
The equator.
No, what surrounds the whole world?
Oh, the sun.
Say an ice wall.
Water. We all on water.
But
But think about it. I mean, what after that? It's water beneath this thing. So when we building bridges, what is connecting to? I mean, it can only go so deep, so far, and eventually they give it. That's why I got suspension bridges to make it this. We take a chance every day on a big bridge. And we think we safe. Just like when you go thinking we're going to go to the mailbox. You don't know, for some nut had a bad night. I'm going to kill somebody. That's your last day. When I say ending, you both gave me two different perspectives, and I'm glad. You're right. It's ending, and you told me it's life. Because my day may be the day, but you know, I got to think. This being this long, to seeing my kids and all my family and friends, and I always say this at a funeral, and I'm speaking to anybody out there person. If I ever offended or hurt you in any kind of way, please forgive me. And if you did anything to me, I forgive you today, because I ain't got time tomorrow, because it could be anybody's day. Like anybody they want to call in, look, y'all be want to hit that dial, be like, I should call in. And don't be calling me on my personal phone telling me I was going to call in. Like we should be united as one, right?
They scared.
Man, I don't know what's going on, but I do know one thing. When I seen Putin and that guy from Korea, I was thinking to myself, are my kids going to be going to military? That's it, because my grandson is about that age. My son, my daughters and sons, they're in their 40s. So I'm just saying to you right now, are we ready? And we done gave a lot of our weapons away. Did you know we was getting other countries to fight some wars? And everybody talking about we got to come together as one. But really, in a football game, or really as one? Come on now. Somebody want to be the quarterback. Somebody want to do the home run. And we all failed. And that's why the topic hit me, and we all discussed about the world coming to an end. Look at it. We don't know what's going to happen after we leave here today. And that's why I'm complaining to anybody right now. We really, as my brother said earlier, we got to come together. And let's be strong, you know. Don't give my family no medal. I don't want no dang medal. Really? He fought for this country bravely. For what? He can't even get a decent job. You know, we keep saying we got, what they say, put yourself up by your boot laces.
Straps. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
What if we don't even have straps? You know? Hell, I remember we in sandals. You know what I'm saying? How many times we keep pulling ourselves up? When are we going to learn? I'm going to be straight. I need you, but you need us also. We need each other because look at all these inventions today. A lot of it's invented by who? Black people. So nobody want to say nothing. I was so glad that movie came on, Hidden Figures. You remember the movie? Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
A woman, it was a black woman, had the calculations of sending the rocket to the moon. And no one, tell us, did y'all know that 20 years ago? I didn't know. See, a lot of things that we do, we contribute to this world. But how many times do we contribute our young kids, our babies? That's why I see how the world, and you was right about that, it may not, and it's going to reproduce itself. And then you see the equation is, falling apart. And I see that too. Piece by piece, things are sinking, but nobody wants to report that because, we don't want to cause a big confusion, you know?
Because just like you say, I'm not a religious person, but you know, you hear the religious stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what did they do to Babylon? You know?
Okay, exactly.
And if you look at where we sitting, I mean, it resembles a lot like it.
That's right.
I mean, so how long do you think this filth and this corruption and all these other foul things going on is going to last? You know, do you think the Most High is, you know, proud of this? You know, do you think he, you know, really, you know, like what's going on, like what he sees over here? Do you?
Well,
exactly.
If you're going by the religious aspect of it, then no, he don't like it. That's why the world is going the way that it's going. It was said that this was going to happen.
That's right.
So he already knew.
That's right. So eventually, what's going to happen at the end of all these places that a lot of these, you know, dishonorable things was going on at, you know, it's going to fall.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It can't stand forever. But when it do fall, are we in the right place? That's what we got to ask ourselves.
But you say you ain't religious, but it's funny, you saying a lot of biblical things.
Yeah.
What you're saying,
because
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's rich today may not be rich in the next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
it's not to say that religious texts aren't, you know, good, you know, and you can't learn from it. You know, I've learned from it. I went to school. I went to church every week. Grew up in the
exactly.
church. You know, from 1 to 18 years old. You know, every
church,
week I'm in church. You know,
we were there every
we
day.
didn't go to church. We didn't do nothing all week. You know, you was on punishment till next week. And until you went to church, you know,
no one day.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I've learned and I listened and you know, and I've learned a lot through religious texts, you know. But it's more than just religious texts out here that we need to learn and understand from as well. You know, that just was the first step. But
exactly.
It's a lot of information out here, great information that you know that we don't take part in, and we just, you know, because my grandmother gave me Christianity doesn't mean that my grandmother always knew everything that was all the right things, but we did it for honor, you know, because we honored our grandmother and our grandparents.
Respect.
You know, it's out of respect. So you know that's what we did, but that doesn't mean that just because we see, you know, everything through you know, and that's
lens.
within this lens, that's within this circle, it doesn't mean that it's nothing outside that circle. That's good information that we can learn from too.
That's right.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand, and that's where the first thing, in order for us to actually try to get together, we have to, you know what I'm saying, put our differences aside for the sake of community.
What you think about it, E?
Well, you talk about church every week. I'm from the country. We went to church almost every day.
Right.
Almost every
Oh,
day.
don't
You know
forget-
everybody
don't forget
names
Sunday-
backwards.
Don't forget
Right.
goddamn Bible class and choir rehearsal.
Oh, my
So-
I mean,
God.
come on, we had all of that.
Well,
Yeah,
so
I know what you're saying.
for me,
Yes.
I just believe that being that I grew up
Yes.
in the church,
Yes.
and I believe what the Bible say.
Yes.
So, and
Yes.
that day is coming.
Yes. Yeah. And I get it.
God destroyed a whole town,
Yes.
Sodom
Yes.
and Gomorrah.
That's right.
More.
That's what I'm saying.
So you don't think he won't destroy this whole earth?
Yeah. Hey,
But he
like
said
you
he was
said,
not going to destroy it. Next time
he
he's going
destroyed
to be
the
destroyed with.
people.
with
He
fire.
destroyed
Fire.
the
He
people
gonna
that
do-
was in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Destroyed the people because the earth's still here.
But next
People is what he killed
right.
because they were doing wrong.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because you got to understand. He created this nature. This is nature. This is the law. This is the laws of the universe, right?
But
man is
you
the
got a
product.
point. Let me give you an example. I do my lawn. I got my grass covered. I killed the grass. Do you know you can never kill grass? Did y'all know
It's
that?
gonna grow back.
Because all they need is sunlight and water. It might take a month, 6 months. It's gonna grow back, and that's a good analogy. What you're talking about. That's true. Because I have a thing with the building to put your stuff in the back. Oh God, my
But
tool
yeah,
is in-
it's great information in all of these religious texts. The Torah, the Quran.
yes.
You know the Bible. It's truth.
It's
in
good
all
to
of it.
experiment it all.
It's truth
Read
in
it
all
all.
of it. It's just we got to understand that we can't keep this invisible wall between us because of somebody's beliefs. That's the sad part. If you don't believe what I believe, then we can't kick it no more.
We're gonna walk. We're gonna go
we
to
can't,
war.
We can't rock together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But see, and that's what they use to keep us divided until we understand the trick that we've been tricked.
That makes this world beautiful.
And you can't knock
Different.
somebody for what they believe.
That's
or
right.
What they was taught. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there are tools that I was talking about in the first segment that we can practice together as long as we can put our differences aside
That's
for
right.
the sake of community. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's
Got
the
it.
first thing is an agreement, and we have to agree to work with each other.
No,
First.
they just passed a law in Louisiana, and the government of Louisiana. And I think I was looking at it as good, but I got the 10 Commandments in my basement downstairs. But that because it's for me don't mean it's for you or you.
Yes.
They got it in every class. They got to have the 10 Commandments, and they just said what you said. The Quran. Somebody might look at it different,
Yes.
and you're forcing that on them.
Yes. Yes.
And they're going to take it to the Supreme Court. And what's
Yes.
going to happen, if they let that slide, then they're going to say, well, we could do this now.
Right.
Or we can do that again.
Right, because everybody has a right to believe and think the way they want to. That's freedom of choice. That's freedom
right.
of, you know what I'm saying, of who you are. But that doesn't mean that we can't work together. You work together at work with people of other nationalities and other religious
Exactly.
beliefs
Yes.
and everything. You work together right alongside them every day. But
That's
how
right.
come we can't work along each other? You know what I'm saying? And putting our differences aside to work together for the sake of our community.
Exactly.
That's what I don't understand.
Right.
But
That's
it come
what
back
kills
down
me
to what
about
you're
it.
saying. It's like words. Everybody
Yes.
just, it
Yes.
sound good.
Yes.
When anybody, hey, I challenge people with wealth, celebrities, come to these areas just because you was raised in them and now you better now. Come back. And I'm not saying that some of y'all don't do things, because I seen people do some stuff on the low. But somebody just gonna hold on to that little money, it's our money. Surprise somebody. That's why we had a segment one time I was talking about how I love Shaq and respect him. That brother go there, you want a bike? You want this? You want that? I'm like, look at this guy. A big old teddy bear. Man, I love that brother. I respect him. I like that. Because he was hungry at one time. If we can only do that, God knows if I've been blessed, I would want to do that. I want to go to help somebody kid trying to go to get a degree. They got the grades, but don't have the money.
Yes.
You know, the scholarship's not there. They gave it to somebody who really didn't deserve it. That's why I keep talking about, do you see the world coming to end? But you was right and you was right.
Yes.
Maybe your life, and then it just gonna crumble. But only God knows. This segment we here today. And I'll be remiss if I don't bring it up again, like Felix Washington, the producer of the studio. I'm going to tell you something. I seen that guy work tirelessly. And ask nothing of nobody. Hell, if it was me, you owed him. just in this community. And we're not too far from Lionsgate. Everything is happening in the studio. So look, if you want something, if anybody want to do something here, the number's on the screen. Call him and get it out there right now, you know. So that's what I'm just saying. And the brothers don't even complain. I complain for him. He always say, "Oh, Raphael, don't worry about it. People gonna do what they gonna do." But fair is fair. Really? Come on now. Shoot, like I'm saying, man. Like, and you was gonna say something. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Are you good? Okay, because, man, look. So we all on the same figure today. We're agreeing with each other. And that's a good thing. Maybe America should take a hint what we're doing. It Talk Show Kings. And we just think you're throwing that name for nothing because we're representing. Because I just hope that people see this segment. If you don't call in, please press that thumbs up button. Let you know that you're watching us. We really appreciate that. And for all the people I named today on the first segment, hey, I want to thank you for your support. And, you know, because sometimes you might not want to call in. That's fine. But support is we helping each other. If you got something you want to put out, hey, you see the number on our show, because we sitting here for a reason right now. We ain't just talking. And because we're going to be cutting off soon. But if anybody want to call in and something they want to say, hey, say it now or forever hold your peace. But D, I want to thank you for the 7 pillars, man, because nobody didn't put it out there. I never heard that before like that, and what it meant,
it's
because closeness.
Because it teaches us how to work collectively together.
Yes.
Because this system has taught us how to be individuals. You know what your mom always told you. Well, don't worry about nobody else. You better take care of yourself.
That's right.
And so that's the mentality that we grew up in, you know, taking care of ourselves.
You got to reach back
but
sometime.
Now it's a time to where as though we got to reach back and we got to pull each other up.
That's right.
Because our brothers and sisters, they need help out here, man. You know, they suffering out here really bad.
That's right.
You know, mentally, physically, and financially.
Okay.
So, and if we don't do it, who's going to do it?
And you've been a businessman for how long?
I've been in business for myself over 25 years.
Okay, look at that. Come on now. Hey, E is a businessman himself. He one of those small, cool brothers. He help people on the side. He do that sneaky stuff.
That's good.
He like a baby Shaq.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I had my business since 2019 now.
Okay.
So, yeah, about 6 years. Well,
You know
5
what?
years.
I'm glad you said that, because recently I just encountered it. People going through some pain and something, instead of using drugs and whatever. I got these things and I'm wearing it myself right now. I have so much energy. I just thank God, because, hey, you could take some pills, but you just can't lay down and take these pills. You got to move. And look, the show is going to be ending, but we got to have a final thoughts. And I got to say mine first. I want to tell you right now, if you're going through some pain in your body, stiffness, and don't know what to do, please call, leave your number at the show. We get in touch with you. And for everybody out there, Juneteenth, man, you know, I pray next year, if we here, we're stronger and closer. What you got to say to King D?
I don't mind. It's really short
words.
and sweet, man. I just, want everybody to just, learn how to work together. Let's work together, man. Let's pull ourselves out this rut we in, all right? And let's build unity.
Amen to that.
Yeah, for me, basically when we talked about Juneteenth, next year, we still here. Find something that's out there, that's some of the activities.
In the
take your
communities,
kids, right, in the community today. You can learn more about Juneteenth
That's
and
right.
the reason why we should celebrate Juneteenth.
And we getting off on officials in Douglasville. Please get together and make this thing happen. We're going to see you next week for another episode of Talk Show Kings. I'm out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.